Good morning, my little dirt squirrels. How y'all doing today? So today we went to site a little later. We're doing cleanup. We're moving a pile. We're cutting some subgrade. And I'll be showing you guys how to organize the pile efficiently. So when you're loading it out with the excavator, you're doing a quarter turn, you're setting up high, and you're looking down loading those trucks for the most efficient flow time, basically. So we'll be doing that. We'll be getting into how to run the dozer properly, how to run that efficiency at a high speed. And then we'll be jumping into blade leaning and a few other topics for dozing. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. You all have a good day. I forgot my mini SD card today, so I have only my small card with me. So what we're doing today is we're just pushing all the dirt from over here. I did some slot dozing this morning, got this cut done. I'm just working the dirt around, so we'll give you some dozer tips today, I guess. I didn't really know what to do without that availability. So anyways, we're moving along, slow pace. Got a lot of dirt moved, but we're not going too fast today. We're about travel speeds like 2.5 gear, so we're not going full speed, and we're just carrying as much material over here as we can, keeping grade the whole time. I'm just keeping the grade of this parking lot here, and we're not using the GPS at all. Haven't really even, it's on just so I know where my graves are, but we haven't really touched the button at all today. Just because right now all our, just getting this site flattened back out, we did a ton of excavating work this past week. We got 90% up to subgrade where the proctored material is going to start, but now we have to just get everything consolidated into one pile, the site cleaned up. Get subgrade along that back ditch line. I went ahead and hogged it out this morning and got water flowing down to this lower end now. It was kind of tight yesterday. We had a fiber line there, so I had to kind of work around it. So what we're doing now is we'll just keep pushing dirt over there, and I'll kind of give you little tips and pointers until my SD card runs out. That'll be today's show. Might be kind of loud. We're moving along now. I got kind of a nice subgrade right here in front of us. Just blending it up to the existing grade on the side for now, just so the water can shed nicely and we don't have to worry about anything. It'll stay nice and dry. And as I'm pulling grade, side of my slope right now, the parking lot, and I'm just kind of just eyeballing my right side for right now and just pulling material out around this corner. You can see that ditch line I dug this morning. I'll shape it up later on once it gets dry. We got dry weather coming, so there's no point in getting over there. But anyways, when you're turning the dozer like that, you lean into that turn. It's not a term you hear a lot of, but it's something that's crucial when you're moving at this pace that we are right now. Notice how no matter what type of material I encounter or what I encounter, my dozer is pretty much traveling at the same speed. That's because my mainfall plane that I've created is nice and square. So I don't have a lot of blade bounce and I don't have a lot of play in my blade right now. So I pretty much can just hammer down, just keep moving. What I mean, I'll show you around that next pass what I mean in leaning into the turn. So we'll cut this corner. I've been kind of working my way cutting subgrade out around that whole far side of the parking lot. It's kind of a far push. We could box it out with an excavator, but I got all the guys working on other stuff today, and I don't have a lot of things I can do by myself, so I just decided that this was the best solution for me. And yeah, we're just gonna keep grabbing subgrade down through here and making the site nice and clean. This whole area there that I'm tracking down through is already cut to subgrade and ready for fabric and crusher, but we're not gonna do that just yet. So anyways, I'm gonna come up here to the topsoil now, and I got like one bench pass left here. I'm just looking at my right side blade tip now. I'm just matching the topsoil, and I'm making sure my left blade tip is just riding along close, maybe a tenth or two high from my lower end grade there. We're just gonna work up through here. You can see I created kind of a high spot and track packed it this morning, just so this fill was nice and hard. We're just gonna keep working this corner. Now this is what I mean leaning into a turn. You're gonna angle your blade and you're gonna tilt the blade just slightly right, because once you start to angle that blade, it's gonna camber a little bit. So you wanna square up that camber to keep that speed. A lot of guys would just turn into that and allow that blade to just kind of push material off. Well, if you wanna keep this kind of momentum, you just gotta kind of lean into that turn. So what you do is you just kind of offset your blade slightly and just kind of tip that tip that you offset with down just a tenth or two. And that'll maintain that grade on that corner, and you can keep that speed as well as keep cutting material. And I could be tracking around on the comfortable area over there, the fresh cut, but it's shorter for me to cross the parking lot right here. It's safe. I don't have nobody out here working. I have it all barricaded off. I got a tractor trailer I parked across the parking lot over there, so they can't even get in here if they try. So we don't have to worry about any vehicle traffic. We do have to worry about pedestrian traffic, so we're always going to keep our head on a swivel all the time. Keep looking behind us, keep looking in front of us, keep basically a good intel on everybody on site. Just be mindful of where everyone is at all times. So, all right, now we're coming back. We're back at the beginning of the cut here, and I'm just blending up with the topsoil that's existing. You can see I'm cruising right along down through here for finish grade. This is moving. We're gonna ride right up on this slope nice and high, and we're gonna cut that grade right down to that telephone pole, match that grade. We'll come right down through here. Now we're going to camber our blade again and push that blade tip down to the right just slightly. Keep that grade and keep moving. We are moving material. We're still cutting material up to my right side. I got a windrow. Every once in a while, if I lose a little material in front of my blade, I'll nudge myself over, angle my blade just a smidge, and I'll grab a little bit more material. Just so you're always being efficient. You don't ever want to drop half of a blade full or any of that. Keep that blade right full no matter what, and keep that momentum moving. If you get choppy and you start hogging in and get, to different types of material, a lot of times I'll just take less out. But it's key to keep that momentum going. Like this little windrow right here keeps tripping me up when I back up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that windrow up nice. This little whoopty whoop here will slow you right down. blade and cut into the side of my cut and just cleaned up the rest of it that way. You can see all the materials I've been pushing up here, getting out of these cuts. So now we're pretty much at grade. I got all my stockpile materials, so I can just go when I'm ready to, when I have the manpower. So anyways, we're just going to keep cleaning this up, and this is about the last pass I'm going to do out here. Because this area is pretty much close to subgrade. I'm just going to kind of blend it all together. Take this last little bit of a blade full. I'm going to dump it out right over that culvert, because I have to shape that up later. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm just going to back blade my way out. Just to get all the little hoopties full, so the water can get out of these work areas. That's looking good. So now we got this cleaned up pretty nice. I'm going to do one more pass right here with my back blade. That grade to my left side is pretty good, so like I said, I got to shape it up later anyway. So right now we're just going to keep focusing on just moving material. Gotta back blade this area out nicely. Match that grade with both sides of my blade. Keep steady down pressure. Don't let it dance around. And you're always looking behind you when you're back blade, and remember that. Don't get focused on just your blade. Eventually you're going to develop a feeling, and you don't even have to look at your blade. You'll just know where your grade's at. So anyways, we're just going to work down through here, and we pretty much have this area graded. I'm going to track back one time just to show you guys what we got here. We got a little muddy spot off to the left side just next to my structure there. That's okay, because I bring that grade up eventually next to the structure. So if I got a little tenth or two of water in there, it'll evaporate. Not worried about it. So anyways, we're going to go way back to the structure, and you can see pretty much got everything graded out all up through there. Looks really good. I'm going to clean that little spot up, and then I'm going to clean over here. I got one more windrow. It's kind of bothering me. So I'm going to back up, and I'm going to grab this windrow. Then we'll back up and show you that again. Show you what it looks like. I'm not going to push this windrow into this pile. That's my proctored crusher, so I'm going to just work my way out around it. And I'm just going to dump my blade right there for now. And then we're going to go back. Right here I got a little discrepancy. I'm just going to back blade that out. Because I had a piece of fabric got caught in there, so. Alright, that's that. So that's all cleaned up nice. Water will drain out. It'll either go into my structure, or it'll drain down here to my swale. One or the other. Either way, that's what we wanted. So now that we're done over here, we're going to move over. We're going to start moving this pile. I want to clean up this edge real quick, so I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to tilt my blade down on the right side, and I'm going to match it with my left. Now I'm going to camber my right side square. I'm just going to carry this grader around this edge with the dozer. Got a lot of material in front of me here. We're just going to work it over like that. And now I'm going to grab this windrow. Just going to work it over. And then we'll get it over to the pile. I'm not going to bury anything. I'm just carry it. Now on my grade, or my blade, I'm cambering back over, switching my blade straight again. So I'm also tilting to compensate for that angle when your pistons make that turn. And then here we're at the toe of the pile. We're going to start lifting grade right flush with our pile. Then once we start to plane out, we'll start dropping our blade back down. And there you go. Just brought another big old blade blade up there. When you come down the pile, always look behind you, be mindful. There's always people walking around. I got 10 guys out here working. So we're gonna just be mindful. Now we got a nice even area to work here. We're gonna start cutting this pile out. And we normally would just load this out with a truck right here, but the owner of the project preferred to have us move this material over here with the dozer. So it's ticket work, so we're just gonna go ahead and do what we're requested to do and get it over here. It shouldn't take too long, and maybe have a half day in it overall. Anyways, we're going to check back in later. We'll keep making progress, and then once we get close to the end of the pile, I'll check in for the ending. So that's about all we're doing today is those couple techniques I just applied. We did some slot dozing this morning, worked that grade. Now I'm doing blade dance just to lose some material up here. I do that a lot. A lot of times if you have a good solid material in front of you that won't blade break up, you do this. They call it a blade dance. So you can back up, grab your chunky material, you carry grade, carry grade, carry grade, carry grade. Well, now you gotta fill and it won't break up, it's all chunky. You slow your travel speed down and you do a left to right, 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 left to right. And what that does is it breaks up that material from the force back and forth between the two. And it'll lay that stuff out a lot more even. So when you come back again, it'll just be nice and even, and you don't have to worry about any little tips that'll throw your grade off. So just another tip. But anyways, we'll check in later. I'm gonna keep poking away at this, and then we'll show you what we got done. Okay, we are still at it here. We still have the loader over helping us out. We're probably about halfway through the pile. When you're cutting into these piles, just angle your blade so you pull that material out guys, you can make more than guys that are going to college. I know a lot of engineers that don't make the money we make. I know a lot of managers that don't make the money we make. You can, state of New York, you can get in what they call prevailing wage sites. And you can get on jobs in the city, or specialty jobs like hazardous material jobs, things like that, big dredging projects, which is what I've done. You can make, $150, $200 an hour. You can equate, and it's not going to be all the time. You're not going to work a job like that for 10 years straight. But when that opportunity is there, you can make that year, or the years that you're working those jobs, you can make more than a doctor. You can pay off your house. So there's a lot of opportunity in this industry. You just have to master these little things. So just a little tip. But yeah, if you guys subscribe, and I'll be putting these tips out every single day, videos out every single day. I try to put a couple of 3-4 episodes out a week if I can, and I'm always putting tip shorts and just little fun shorts. So anyway, subscribe and I'll keep them coming. Signing up to learn how to run heavy equipment, or going to a small format construction company. Because right now, operators are making about as much as paralegals, about as much as low-end attorneys in some cases. Some operators are making just as much as doctors. So, something to think about, guys. Okay, that is the end of today. We got this pile all out of the way. We got everything just kind of cleaning up now. Got the boy just ventilating everything. Pretty. Got this nice pile here. It goes all the way up to the power lines. It's 26 feet tall. Then I got this 8-foot landing area for the excavator to sit on. Load out comfortably and see everything. That's what we're looking at here. Here's Carter and Walter coming on by. Idea today for concepts that we're using, so that's cool. Been working as a little team here, everyone's contributing a little bit at a time. Side slopes here, touch them up so the excavator doesn't accidentally track off, or there's no slope hazard or anything here. He doesn't even walk around. Okay, dirt squirrels, we are done for the day here. We got the fibers in. The boys are here looking crazy.
We are done.
Done. D-O-N-E. D-U-N-N.
You're facing the wrong way.
We're done for the day. So, anyways, we're burying this fiber, and then we're getting out of here. I cut my ditch line, shaped everything up. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.
What you doing?